Hi guys, welcome to my first episode of Sit Down with Skylar. Hold on, I'm gonna spit my gum out because I know me chewing is going to be obnoxious, and watching myself chew gum throughout this whole editing process will make me very upset, so I'll be back. Okay, welcome officially to Sit Down with Skylar, episode 1. On this first episode, I am going to be talking about my body image journey and my body transformation. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First, I think I should talk about my actual body transformation. I'm not gonna make this some huge how to lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks or how to completely transform your body in a short period of time and then give you some gym hacks or diet hacks or whatever, because that's not what this is about. So if that's what you're looking for, then I am sorry to tell you, but you're not gonna find that here. However, I do think it's important before I talk about the body image journey and my journey with self-esteem to touch upon my own journey, because that's all I know, that's all I've experienced, and I can only speak for myself. I've always had issues with my body image and my self-esteem. Since I was little, I've always had those issues. And they come from a number of different sources, but it's just something I've always struggled with. Then, my senior year in high school, I was kind of becoming okay with my body. I didn't love it. I was definitely still insecure, but I was okay with it. And then I went to college, and everyone warns you, oh, you're gonna gain the freshman 15, the freshman 15, the freshman 15. And so I had that stuck in my head, so I was actively not doing things that could make you gain the freshman 15. I wasn't drinking that much. I did not smoke, no nicotine, no excessive eating. I was just kind of doing my thing. And then I got a really bad sinus infection, and they put me on prednisone. And I don't know if you know what prednisone is, but if you don't, it's a steroid that is supposed to reduce swelling, and the aim was obviously to reduce the swelling in my sinuses. But it's also a steroid that really increases your appetite, and when you're on prednisone, it's very normal to gain weight. They put me on prednisone 3 separate times, which was horrible for my body. I, on top of that, was really struggling emotionally. I was having a horrible family situation going on at home. My parents were going through a divorce. I was trying to adjust to college, and that was really, really hard for me. I had great friends, and I'm so thankful for my friends that I met in college, and they will be my forever friends. They're the best friends that I've ever had. But there was just so much going on in my personal life that emotionally I was in horrible shape. So that, on top of my sinus infection and being on steroids, really fucked my body. I gained probably 30 pounds, 35 pounds, a lot of fucking weight. And I'll put pictures in, so I'll insert a picture of my body before I went to college, during, when I gained all of the weight, and then now. With that, it was a dangerous spiral because I was plummeted into an even deeper, worse mental state because I was struggling with my emotions and everything that was going on in my life, and then I was really struggling with my body. And every time I looked in the mirror, I was disgusted. I hated myself, and I felt so out of control, and I didn't know what to do, and it just felt like everything was so far gone that I didn't even know where to start. So then this self-esteem thing kind of carried over into my sophomore year, and I struggled to lose weight all of the summer going into sophomore year. And then I lost a little bit of weight, but I was nowhere near to where I wanted to be. And then I was at school, and then COVID happened. And COVID really disrupted me even more because I felt so out of control to begin with. Then COVID really made every single aspect of my life out of my control. I had no control over what was happening. My study abroad program got canceled, so I had no control over what I thought my future was going to look like. I was separated from all of my friends, which were my saving grace at the moment. Everything just felt so out of control. I decided that the one thing I could control and did have control over was myself. I could control myself, my mindset, what I was doing, what I was eating, how I was treating myself. I could only control what had to do with me. And so I dedicated myself to committing to me. That's kind of how this whole journey starts, and this is how everything kind of got the ball rolling, because Without COVID, really, I don't think I would be where I am today. So as much as I hate it, and it was brutal and horrible for everyone, not just me, I'm not throwing a pity party for myself, but I think it was necessary for me to really have this time to focus on myself and get myself to a spot where I needed to be in. Now that we've discussed kind of the background and the history of where my body journey kind of started and needed change, I don't have clear-cut things that will work for everyone. And obviously everyone is different, their journeys are different, they do not have the same experiences. But based on what I've gone through and what I've learned through my body journey and body transformation, I have compiled a list of 6 concrete things that I think are must-happens and must-dos for yourself if you are looking to transform your body and your self-esteem. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Number 1, be nice to yourself. This could really mean a number of things, but for me, it meant really learning to love myself, because for so long I looked at myself in the mirror and hated what I saw. I correlated my worth to my outward physical appearance. So my worth was really tied up in my weight. And that's a horrible thing to do, because I was completely dismissive of who I am as a person, what my insides consisted of, how I treated people, my energy, the fun and love and light that I bring to the room. I didn't even consider those things when I thought of myself. I thought of what I saw when I looked in the mirror. And because I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, I didn't like myself. And so I changed that. I started saying positive affirmations to myself in the mirror. This is almost a fake it till you make it kind of mentality, because the more you say things, the more you start to believe them, and the more they feel like the truth and the more natural it seems. And so I really struggled in the beginning, obviously, because it felt like a lie what I was telling myself. But I looked at myself in the mirror every day and I would tell myself, I love me, I am beautiful, I am healthy, I am happy, I have my dream body, things like that. Obviously, it's very hard to do that at first because it feels really uncomfortable and you're saying things that you don't believe. But the more you do it, it really does change how you view yourself and change your mindset. Because of how connected the mind and body are, I truly believe that my body changed on the outside because of how I changed on the inside and how I started loving myself. And when I really changed my mindset, obviously combined with other things, but when I changed my mindset was when I noticed the biggest change in my body. My weight just started to shed off. And that to me is crazy, because I really do think once I started being kind to myself, that my body responded. Number 2, move your body, which this could be going to the gym if that's what you want. But for a lot of us, going to the gym is not always easy or what you want to do. So move your body to me really is as simple as it sounds. It means move your body. This could be walking your dog, jump roping, walking around the mall, shopping, dancing in your mirror, listening to your favorite music, going out gardening. It could really be anything to get yourself moving. When you sit around and do nothing and are stationary all day, it takes a toll on you. You can feel it in your whole aura, your energy, everything starts to feel stagnant. And when things start to feel like that, it's very easy to get caught up in this cycle of feeling depressed or upset or thinking that you're not doing anything productive. And when you're in that type of mindset, it's very hard to do things that are healthy for you. When you move around, no matter how you do it, I truly believe that when you move your body, you're happier, you feel productive, everything is easier to get done, even if it just means moving, getting up from the couch and going to sit outside for 2 seconds. That movement will help redirect you, change your energy, and you will notice a difference. Number 3, consistency. When I say consistency, I do not mean being rigid and strict with yourself and being angry at yourself if you don't follow through with the specific plan that you set. But by consistency, I mean you really have to dedicate yourself to doing what's right for you and bettering yourself and making good choices for your body and your goals that you have. In essence, you have to commit to doing right by yourself. One thing that really helped me was I started thinking of the gym as an appointment rather than something I wanted to do. The reason that I did this and the reason that I think I found it so helpful is because a lot of the time I don't want to go to the gym. Now I enjoy going to the gym way more than I did in the beginning. In the beginning, I dreaded going to the gym. I did not enjoy it. So I started thinking of it as an appointment, and let me explain to you. What this means is think of the gym as the dentist if you want to. I don't enjoy going to the dentist. Most people don't enjoy going to the dentist, but It is something that you do anyways because you know you have to, you know it's good for you, and it's something you made the appointment for, you said you would do, and you have to follow through because it's good for you in the long run. That's the gym. The gym is an appointment that you made for yourself, or whatever workout or whatever movement or whatever type of activity you have planned for the day. You made that appointment for yourself because it's good for you and it will better you, and so you stick to it. You are consistent, and there's never been a time where I went to the gym and I was mad that I went to the gym after. And I can't speak for everyone, but I think most people never regret going to the gym or working out or moving their body. And one thing I want to touch upon too with consistency that kind of ties into this and has to do with also being nice to yourself is don't get crazy about your schedule. Obviously, consistency is key, and following through on the plans you made are great. But there will be off days. There will be days where something that you had planned doesn't go according to plan, doesn't happen, or whatever it may be. And this could mean you don't go to the gym, or you ate way more than you planned, or you ate a bunch of junk food that day. Do not let one thing that's off track completely derail you. If one thing doesn't go according to plan, okay, make sure tomorrow goes according to plan. One little mishap does not have to dictate the course of the rest of everything, right? So if I had a plan to eat really clean today, and then I'm out with my friends and I really want ice cream, so I get ice cream, I'm not going to beat myself up over the fact that I had an ice cream. I was with my friends, I wanted the ice cream, it was great, so I'm eating it. I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. I'm just gonna make a mental note that, okay, tomorrow I'll get back on it. I'm not gonna let it completely ruin everything that I've already done and fuck up everything else. And I used to do that. I used to be kind of a self-sabotager. And if one thing went wrong, then I would feel like a failure. If one thing went wrong, I would be in the mindset of, this went wrong, and so now I can't fix it, and so now I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I'm gonna completely go off the rails. I'm gonna have ice cream every night because it doesn't fucking matter, because I can't go one night without having ice cream, and so I'm just gonna have it all the time. No, that is a horrible mindset to have and a horrible thing to do to yourself. So don't be super rigid when it comes to consistency. Consistency also means you have to be a bit flexible with yourself, which is a hard balance, but if you master that balance, everything will be a lot better, I promise. Number 4, stop hyper fixating. So this part kind of includes a number of different things, but they are all very important. And I would argue that this actually might be one of the most important steps into the transformation of a body and the change in your body image. So for not hyperfixating, I stopped weighing myself. I was crazy about the scale. I would weigh myself in the morning because I knew I would be the skinniest and weigh the least. Then I would weigh myself in the middle of the day. I'd weigh myself at night. I would sit there and overthink, why did I gain weight? Why did I not gain weight? Well, 2 weeks ago I weighed this and now I weigh this. And I would just get so intense about it, and it created a lot of problems within my body with anxiety, how I viewed myself, and I needed to stop doing that. And so I did. I stopped weighing myself. I have not known how much I weigh in over 2 years now. And this is probably one of the best things that I've done for myself. Even when I go to the doctor, I turn around on the scale so I can't see it, and then I ask them not to tell me my weight. I just think it's so much healthier for me not to know, because weight doesn't really matter all that much when you think about it, right? There's a lot of things that change, especially when you're a girl, a woman. Say you're on your period, you're bloated. Your weight is going to fluctuate. Hormones are changing, your body is changing, your weight's going to change. Say you're really working out, hitting the gym, you've dropped 2 pant sizes, but your weight hasn't changed. Well, that's because muscle weighs more than fat. So when your body's changing from fat to muscle and your body's becoming more toned and slimmer and you're dropping pant sizes, but you don't drop in weight, that used to cause a lot of internal problems for me because I wanted to be skinnier, which meant I wanted to weigh less, when really those are not the same thing. You know what I mean? I had to change my mindset to wanting to be healthier. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be better for myself, which weight does not go into. And another thing that really helped me to stop hyperfixating on my body, especially my weight, was progress pictures. Progress pictures, I really do believe, helped me stick to my plan, to my goals, to my body journey, because I struggle with body dysmorphia, which means when I look in the mirror and look at myself, I see a body that doesn't exist. I view my body in a way that isn't what others view it. It's not real. I'm misperceiving my body. That is really hard for me. So there would be days when I would be down 2 whole pant sizes and I'd look in the mirror and I would see the exact same version of myself that I was 6 months prior. I would think I hadn't lost a single pound. I would think my body hadn't changed at all. I would think I'm the same exact person. And those intrusive thoughts really became dangerous for me, because when I had those thoughts, I would want to quit and I'd want to stop, because I would think that everything I was doing was a wash and that it didn't even matter. But the progress pictures saved that. I had actual tangible evidence that I could put in front of me. A picture of myself, my body, in the same outfit, the same mirror from 6 months ago, and I could compare it to 2 months ago or right now. And I could look at them side by side and I could see those pictures and I could realize, oh my God, I have changed. I've changed so much. My body is drastically different. I'm fucking crazy, right? And so I had that to be able to reference, and that was really able to bring me back to reality, ground me, make myself continue to commit to this journey, continue to commit to myself, and stop hyperfixating, being crazy about staring at myself in the mirror and overthinking and thinking that I was seeing something that wasn't there. In essence, my progress pictures really helped me to realize that my hard work was paying off. I was bettering myself. It's really important to realize that your body does not change overnight. So when there would be days where I would go to bed loving the way I looked, and then I'd wake up the next morning and hate my body and think that I gained 20 pounds overnight, that's not real. That's not possible. A lot of us get caught up in that. You look in the mirror one day and then you look in the mirror the next and think that there's been drastic changes to your body. There hasn't. Your body cannot change overnight. Your body does not change in 24 hours. Your body barely can change in a week, right? So getting caught up in that thought process means you need to stop hyperfixating, because it's very dangerous for yourself. Number 5, eat when you're hungry, not when you're not. This is exactly what it sounds like. If you are hungry, eat. If you are not hungry, don't eat. This is so important for me because I am a big stress eater, an emotional eater, and also a boredom eater. So this was huge for me. And I think there's another name for it. It might be intuitive eating, but this changed my life. And I know it sounds so stupid because a lot of people are probably like, well, yeah, don't eat if you're not hungry. But I'm hoping, actually no, hoping is the wrong word, because I hope none of you have the same struggle that I do. But I'm thinking that a lot of you might, just based on how common it is. Whenever I was feeling really intense emotions and out of control, I would go to food. Food was comfort for me almost. And instead of dealing with the emotions that I was feeling, I would just eat to suppress them. And I think people either eat more or eat way less when they're this stressed and emotional. I don't do that anymore, which also is probably because of therapy. Yay! Therapy. But before therapy, I was stress eating. And that really could add a lot of meals, a lot of food intake that you don't need. Your body doesn't need it. I also would eat out of boredom. If I was sitting around, had nothing to do, COVID times, no one really had plans, you couldn't do anything, I was just eating. And once I stopped doing that and actually listening to my body, I saw such a huge change in my body. And there are a couple things that I did with this too. I would usually get this feeling or pit in my stomach, like right here. And I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but I would get that it almost felt like a hole that needed to be filled. And whenever I would feel that, I would just want to eat. And that's also, for me, this is where I feel a lot of my anxiety, right in the top of my chest and stomach. And so whenever I would feel that, I would just go towards food, because when I would eat, it would make that hole go away for a little, but it would always come back and I would eat more. But what I started doing was, if I was pretty sure I wasn't hungry, I would drink water, I would drink coffee, I would drink tea, I would drink hot water with lemon or something of the sort, some type of usually warm drink, because that would typically make that feeling, that hole, go away. That was really helpful for me because it helped me to kind of figure out and decipher, was I actually hungry? Was I not? Was I feeling emotions? Was I bored? And it helped me to figure out when my body was feeling something, what my body actually needed, and differentiate between the two, which was huge for my journey. With eating when you're hungry, not when you're not, there's obviously a ton of diets that people do, like intermittent fasting or not eating after a certain time. I didn't really do that. I just really listened to my body. So if midnight rolled around and I was starving and genuinely hungry, I got up out of bed, came down to the kitchen, and I ate food. If I woke up in the morning and wasn't hungry until noon, I ate at noon. So I didn't force feed myself. I didn't go by a typical eating schedule. I just trusted my body and listened to myself, and that paid off. The 6th and final tip. Be patient and trust the process. And I know trust the process is something that we've all heard before, but this reigns so true with this topic. You have to trust the process. Like I said previously, negative changes to your body do not happen overnight, which also means positive changes to your body won't happen overnight. So you're not gonna go to bed one night and wake up the next morning with a six-pack because you did 100 crunches. That's not how it works. So you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be nice to yourself, and trust that regardless of the results, even if they're not happening in the time frame you want, you are making decisions that are better for yourself, your mind, your body. You are being healthy and treating yourself right, which is really all you can ask for. You have to trust that you are taking care of your body and being healthier, and that will pay off. It won't pay off immediately. It won't pay off in a couple of weeks. It probably won't pay off in a month, but it will pay off little by little. So when you're not seeing the immediate changes, they're happening. Every time you make a choice that's healthy for yourself, that's better for yourself, that's better for you and your body, you are making changes. And those changes will manifest. Those changes will come through. You just have to allow them to. Don't give up on yourself. Stay committed to yourself. Stay committed to your journey and trust that all of your hard work will pay off, because hard work does pay off, especially when it comes to your body and your health. Be patient. Patience is a virtue, one that I really was not blessed with, but I had to work very hard to get. And I still struggle sometimes. I am definitely one of the least patient people I know, but I realized how to be patient with this, and that patience is everything when it comes to yourself. So yeah, those are my 6 tips that really helped me, and I hope they help you guys. If they do, I'm so glad I could help. If not, I'm sorry. I'm sure there's plenty of other YouTube videos that might be helpful for you, but this video was just helpful for me to talk about because it got me to have an outlet and actually talk about my journey and everything that I went through, and realize how significant the changes were that I made for myself in my life, and I'm very proud of myself. I hope you guys can all be proud of the decisions you're making for yourself and your body. And I hope everyone can love themselves and look in the mirror and be able to tell yourself that you are beautiful, because you are. Like I said earlier, unless I edited it out, I am planning on making this a series, Sit Down with Skylar. This will be more of my serious topics. Obviously you could tell this video is not that serious, but it's more of a serious topic. So I look forward to doing that for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any suggestions about future topics, please feel free to comment them below. If you have any constructive criticism, feel free to leave it below. Only if it's constructive. Please don't criticize me for no reason. I don't like that. I'm not that great with criticism, but another thing I'm working on. Oh my god, did you see my ankle crack? That was so loud. Thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. If not, then maybe you just like to look at my face for however long this video is. That's also fine by me. Gives me a view. Okay, bye guys.